Hold on, wait. Hey, T.O. gotta say something. T.O. gotta say something.
First off, I'm gonna say happy birthday. I love you, cuz. This is a gift from Cinco, man.
Gift from Cinco? That's from Cinco.
Yeah,
W Cinco.
W Cinco in the fucking chat, man.
What if I told you DDG didn't just accept Jay Cinco's apology and he orchestrated the entire thing? From the moment the beef started to the Balenciaga boots, I don't think any of it was Jay Cinco's idea. Stay with me, society. So the past couple days has been insane. And if you've been in tune with this whole DDG Capaholic situation, then you know what I'm talking about. DDG and Jay Cinco, two dudes who were just best friends who were about to print money together with this Capaholics content house, but they end up having one of the messiest streamer fallouts this year.
Saw this, right? Good. My fault. I ain't gonna lie. That nigga might be the program, gang. That nigga might really be the program for real, gang. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That nigga hacking my shit, bro. Tell that nigga chill, gang. Tell that nigga chill, bro. Like, you gotta chill, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Am I good now, gang? Okay, we good. Alright, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That nigga might be, but up there. But now, like I said, man, I seen a lot of clips and shit. We're gonna react to it. We're gonna break it down because I guess that's him ending my career, is lying and leaving very important things out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why he kept, like, he just like, bro. That nigga's a different breed, though. I like, hold on, let's give it up for him, hold on.
Just as fast as it started, it's over. Squashed. Beef done. Apologies exchanged. Designer boots gifted. Now everybody's talking about growth, God, and accountability. But here's the thing. I've been in tune for a long time. Long enough to know when something smells off. And this whole situation making me ask one question that I don't see nobody asking. What if this entire beef was engineered? The entire thing. From start to finish. And not only just milked for content, but specifically designed as a business strategy. Because when you actually break down the timelines, the moves, and who benefit the most from this squashed beef, it starts to look less like just two friends making up and more like one of the most calculated PR plays that we've witnessed in this streamer space. And if I'm right, this changes everything we think we know about modern creators, their image, their business, and their so-called relationship with their brothers. Alright, so let's rewind to where all this began, because context is everything. A couple weeks ago, everything seemed cool. DDG announced the content house with Capaholics. That means Jay Cinco, Dub, Deshay, the whole crew. It's supposed to be the next big thing like AMP or FaZe Clan. So all of that, but with DDG's energy. The idea is to print money, whole bunch of sponsorships lined up, and everybody's hype. But then out of nowhere, Jay Cinco just drops this video.
Stand up to this nigga because of the opportunities y'all can reap from this. Fuck them opportunities, nigga. Fuck that shit, nigga. I'll get this shit on my own, nigga. I've been getting this shit on my own. For a nigga to say they made me, nigga, you ain't make shit, nigga. I've been making over 100K these past 3-4 months, nigga, and I ain't did a stream with you in 3-4 months. You feel me? Like, nigga, this shit me, nigga. I ain't saying no nigga played a part in this shit. Every nigga play a part in everybody's success. We all play a part. You feel me? If I do a video with any nigga, I play a part in theirs. If they do a video with me, they play a part. But you ain't make me. You ain't get up every day. You ain't get up every day and create these ideas. You ain't get up every day and grind. You ain't sleep. You ain't fall asleep editing no videos, nigga. You even when I fell off 3-4 times, you ain't get up and be like, man, I got this, nigga. You ain't get up and do that. I got up and did that shit. So for a nigga to really try to discredit my success, I could never be around you. Cause I would never want you to play a part in any of my success ever again. Cause it ain't genuine. I genuinely help niggas. I genuinely help niggas to help niggas. I don't say nothing about it.
When I first watched this, I'm like, damn. Cinco really hurt. He's calling out DDG for some real personal shit. Ego tripping, talking about how he doesn't respect him, and saying he's on a power trip, and that's heavy. That's not the kind of shit you say unless you genuinely hurt. But here's where my brain started spinning. Look at when this happened. This beef pops off right before DDG content house and right when DDG's in a content drought. His views has been silent, but not explosive. The algorithm, we can say, has kind of been against DDG. A lot of people starting to see the truth in him, and a lot of people don't like that. But here in the official society, we see right through through all the BS. And then boom, Cinco drops this video, and then DDG response stream pulled how many views? Bro, you can't tell me that's a coincidence. In the creator economy, you know what they saying? Beef is the cheapest content that you can make. No production needed, no editing team, just straight raw emotion and drama. Of course, drama. Can't forget the drama. Why? Because drama gets the views. But here's the kicker that kind of made me suspicious from the jump. Cinco's original video, if you look back at it, it was kind of perfect. It hit every single talking point that all of DDG haters be saying in the comments. He called out the ego and disrespect. He mentioned God and growth, trying to pull a sympathy card. Then he showed his new car. And remember, he never actually said DDG's name. That part right there, that's crucial. Because if you're really mad at someone, if you're really done with them, you say their name. You make it crystal clear who you're talking about. But Cinco kept it vague, just enough that other people in the group had to clarify that it was DDG. Why would he do that? Because it creates mystery. It creates speculation. It makes people search for the answers, which means more clicks, more views, and more engagement across everyone's channels. And look, maybe the hurt was real, but what I'm saying is that execution was too clean, too strategic, almost like someone who's been in multiple public beefs before knew exactly how to structure it for maximum impact. Who could that be? If you guess DDG, you're right. Who's been in more beefs than DDG in the streamer world? We can say DDG is a veteran at this. So Cinco drops his video, and then the ball is on DDG's court. Everyone's waiting to see how he's gonna react, and we already know DDG did not disappoint his community. So let's break down DDG response strategy, because this is where the manipulation really starts to show. First thing he did was position himself as the mature one. Notice that? I don't hold grudges. I was over this in 48 hours. That's not just a statement. That's framing, letting the audience know that he's the bigger person here. I'm the one who's more emotionally intelligent to move past this. Meanwhile, Cinco's the one who made the video. Cinco's the one who brought it to the public. So even though DDG might have been the one who caused the issue in the first place, he's now trying to control the narrative and make it look like Cinco is overreacting. That's textbook PR damage control. Then he tried to attack Cinco's credibility without seeming petty. He calls Cinco fake religious. He said Cinco only talks about God when he wants sympathy.
Stop with this sympathy act, bro. Nobody trying to hear that shit, man. I ain't never see you pray over your food in front of me. Sinful ass life. All of a sudden, when you fall out with me, you go to church every Sunday. You bringing God into it. God told you don't mess with me, whatever, bro. Come on, bro. Stop. I just don't like how people try to, because you know you can't go against God, bro. You can't go against religion, and you can't do that. So he's using God as a way to make y'all hate me. It makes no sense. I can sit on here all day, bro. I pray every day. I can sit on here all day. And when I pray, I don't do nothing but thank God. I don't ask for nothing. I don't ask for nothing. I thank God. My life is great.
And boom, now a portion of the audience is questioning if Cinco's apology is even sincere. Meanwhile, DDG's doing all this and also saying that he prays every day and thanks God. So he's positioned himself to be the real man of faith, while Cinco is a fake and just using God as a shield. That's a calculated move to discredit your opponent before they can gain too much public sympathy. And of course, number 3, he kept the door open for apologies, but on his terms. He never said we're done. He didn't say I never want to see this guy again. He said we can squash this, but I gotta beat you on something first. Why? Because DDG gotta keep that content machine running. Now there's a sequel. Now there's another video. DDG versus Jay Cinco in a paintball battle.
But it is certain things that was said on the internet that makes me still feel some type of way. But at the end of the day, I don't hold grudges, and I'm not really tripping like that. You feel me? But in order for me to even see Cinco or like shake hands, whatever, I have to beat him in something. I don't know what it's gonna be.
Rap battle.
Basketball,
Rap battle.
I don't want to rap battle. Nah.
So what do you want to do?
It's too much younger.
So what do you want to do?
I want to shoot that nigga. I want to shoot that nigga. Hey, we paintball 1v1.
You see how this works? The beef itself becomes content. The resolution becomes content. And in between, every reaction channel, every drama commentary YouTube channel, every Twitter thread, all of it is free promotion for the both of them. So yes, I know. Stop telling me in the comments I'm giving them promo. But think, Who benefits the most from free promotion? The guy with the bigger platform, the guy with more subscribers, the guy who knows how to leverage drama into dollars, and that's DDG. Now at this point, you might be thinking, Gabe, you reaching, bro. Cinco actually did overreact, and DDG handled it well. And honestly, I might have believed that until DONn came to the spotlight and said the same exact thing happened to him.
I was like, I really thought bro was trying to be funny on some shit like, yeah, and y'all gonna say it's trolling, but at what point is trolling like disrespectful in real life? You know what I'm saying? Like to where a point where it's like you either trying my manhood or like nigga you tripping or I'm tripping, because it always come back to who got the biggest fan base to whoever's tripping. And that's what makes people think that they could do certain shit that they do at any time, and I just don't agree with that. And I'm gonna stand on mine, whether it's a million niggas behind me or nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it a buck, fool. I'm not here to like persuade nobody to fuck with me or not fuck with me. That's just how it's gonna go.
Bro, this is in a complete different state, complete different person, completely different event, and yet the complaint is identical. DDG is on an ego trip and doesn't give the basic respect as a man. A lot of people gotta understand, DDG got rich young. Money raised DDG. And Dub not gonna say nothing. Dub is just another yes man. But I ain't the one to get in family business, so we ain't gonna take it there. But let's look at the situations. Both of them said DDG wasn't treating them with respect. Both of them said it was an ego issue. Both of them had to pull DDG aside and have a conversation about boundaries. Now, when one person says you got an ego problem, maybe they're just sensitive. But when two people in two different situations, two different cities say the same thing, bro, that's not a coincidence. That's a pattern. And the craziest part is DDG admitted it. He said, look, I told Ben we both got egos. That's him acknowledging that. It's a known issue. But here's when it gets deeper. In that same Ben situation, DDG felt like Ben was throwing slick shots at him, meaning DDG was holding a grudge or perceived disrespect. But wait, didn't he just say he don't hold grudges? Wasn't he the same one that said he'll be over the Cinco situation in 48 hours? The math ain't mathing, bro. Either you hold grudges or you don't. You can't say both depending on which narratives make you look better. And here's the thing, DDG audience, you guys are smart. Y'all can see through this. The fact that this story is blowing up across multiple commentary channels means that people are starting to notice the pattern. So now we got two separate people calling out the same behavior, which bring us to the most suspicious part in this saga. All right, so we established that DDG has an ego problem. We established that he knows how to manipulate the narratives. Let's talk about how this beef ended, because this is where I believe that everything was orchestrated from the beginning. Within 72 hours of this beef going, Cinco drops not one, but two apology posts. Both of them mention God and growth. Both of them are perfectly worded for maximum sympathy and maturity points. The apology was beautiful. That's the kind of apology that makes people go, wow, Cinco's really grown up. Wow, Cinco's really mature for taking accountability like that. But then this happens.
This is a gift from Cinco, man.
You're from Cinco? That's from Cinco.
Yeah, help him
W
get out of
Cinco.
shit. W Cinco in the fucking chat, man.
Shout out Cinco.
Hey, I was wearing them. I was trying to take pictures in them. You got to see if I fit them and shit.
Cinco sends DDG Balenciaga boots for his birthday to apologize. Now on surface that seemed like a genuine peace offering, right? That seems like Cinco's really trying to make things right? But let me ask you something. When have you ever seen anyone gift their public enemy a gift after a public beef? When KSI and Logan Paul ended their beef, they did a podcast. When Drake and Meek ended their beef, they made a track. But Balenciaga boots on camera during the birthday stream with everyone watching, maybe a peak viewership. Now that's content, bro. That's not an apology. That's a whole scene. That's a moment designed to go viral, to get clips, to get reshares. And guess what? It worked. The clip is everywhere, which means both DDG and Jay Cinco are getting more eyes on them, more algorithm love. But here's the part that made me go, wait a minute. Look at DDG's face when he looks at the boots. Does he seem surprised? Does he look genuinely shocked that Cinco would send him a gift? I would be shocked. We just had beef. I wasn't expecting a gift. Or does DDG look like he was actually expecting it? I've watched this clip a few times and I'm telling you, that's not the face of someone who got caught off guard. That's the face of someone going, okay, this is the part where I act grateful. And don't be surprised if we see Jay Cinco pull up to the house. Remember, it's a content machine that we need running. That surprise appearance by Jay Cinco is gonna rise the viewerships. And why? Because the squashing of the beef is just as profitable as the beef itself. Think about it. The beef got millions of views. The response got millions of views. And now, will they make up content is getting millions of views. Every single stage of this drama has been monetized. Every single stage had fed the algorithm, and every single stage has benefited DDG more than anyone else. But the question remains, did Jay Cinco know he was being played, or was he a willing participant? So here's when we get into the real analysis, because there are two ways to interpret everything we just went through. Theory 1. DDG orchestrated the entire thing and Jay Cinco was just a pawn. In this version, DDG saw that the content's been slowing down. He saw how successful and how much money he made during the Reggie beef. He needed a viral moment, so he purposely started acting real egotistic around Jay Cinco, being more disrespectful, knowing that Cinco, who's more emotional, more reactive, would eventually snap and make it public. Once Jay Cinco made the video, DDG was like, got him. We got our content. He responded perfectly, he controlled the narrative, and then graciously accepted Jay Cinco's apology, making himself look like the mature one and also keeping the door open for future content. In this theory, Cinco genuinely felt hurt. He genuinely made that video out of emotion and genuinely apologized because he regretted making it public. But DDG knew exactly what he was doing the entire time. That takes us to theory 2. They both knew what they were doing, and it was a partnership. In this version, DDG and Cinco sat down before any of this happened and was like, we need to go viral. We are the two biggest streamers right now in Capaholics. Let's create something. Let's create some drama. Let it breathe for a few days and then squash it. Hey, and if you want, send me some Balenciagas. And to be honest, if this was played out together, I don't think the Balenciagas was a part of the plan. And DDG just made it seem like it was Cinco on stream. So Cinco made the video vague enough to build suspense. DDG responds, giving it that pushback to make it believable. Then Cinco apologizes with designer boots, and boom, everyone wins. More views, more subscribers, more sponsorships, more money. So which one is it, society? Let me know in the comments. Cause honestly, my take, I think is a mix of both. I think the initial conflict was real. I think DDG was being egotistic with Cinco and being disrespectful. I think Cinco was truly hurt. But I also think that once Cinco saw all the attention that he got for making that video, DDG definitely reached out and said, yo, we gotta monetize this situation. Even if you're not talking about me, say you talking about me. Because little do we know, he could have been talking about somebody completely different who could have been dubbed, and they just ran with the narrative. They milked the situation and made it profitable for the both of them. Cinco gained subscribers on Twitch that he hasn't seen in months. And DDG, he knew exactly what he was doing. We got Capaholics Content House. We got my birthday coming up. I'm dropping the album. All of this was with intent. And as much as I don't like the way DDG moves from a business perspective, a content creating perspective, the guy know what he's doing. In the creator economy, we know there's no bad publicity, but as long as you can control the narrative, and DDG, he's one of the best at controlling the narrative. And the craziest part is, this is not the first time we've seen some fake beef, and it won't be the last time we see fake beef. But that brings us to the bigger picture. What we just witnessed is a class of ego management within the creator economy. And the thesis that I want the official society to leave with is this: in the modern creator economy, beef is more profitable than friendships, and the smartest creators have figured out how to monetize both. Here's what I mean. As much as a cornball DDG is, I don't think he's in a mansion twirling his mustache thinking about how he can end Jay Cinco's career. But what DDG is a businessman. Seems like he understands that in 2025, attention is currency, and the fastest way to get attention is through conflict. A regular vlog from DDG might get 500 views, but a beef video gets about 5 million views. A response, 8 million. An apology, 10 million. And DDGs know this. He's been in the game for a long time, long enough to understand that drama sells. He's seen it work multiple times. But here's the cost that nobody talks about. When you treat your relationships and your friendship like content opportunities, and when you manage your ego like it's a business asset, or even when you weaponize conflict for profit, you lose something real. Ben the DONn said it best. It's about respect. We all men at the end of the day. But in the creator economy, you're not a man first. You're a brand. And your relationships aren't friendships. They're collaborations. Your conflicts, they're not personal. They're content. And that's the hidden tax of this industry. The more successful you get, the harder it gets to really know who really are your peoples, who truly is your friend, and who's just riding your wave. So here's my actual verdict on the DDG and Jay Cinco situation. I think DDG has a real ego problem. I think he's been in the spotlight so long that he started to believe his own hype. I truly believe that he treats people different based on their subscriber count or follower count, but y'all know that. But I also know DDG is smart enough to know that if he's gonna beef, he's definitely gonna profit from that beef. Once that beef started, he saw the opportunity, so he turned it right into a business play. Was the apology from Jay Cinco genuine? Maybe 50%. Was it strategic? 100% strategic. Jay Cinco was genuinely hurt at first, but I also think then he got pulled into that content machine and realized if I'm gonna go through with this, I might as well get something from it too. The truth is, we'll probably never know what happens behind closed doors, but if you ever want to get a peek at it, you guys know what channel to come to. Subscribe to the Official Society, because the kind of content I make is not only just reacting. I actually analyze and break down what everything means for the culture. And honestly, without y'all, none of this matters. So subscribe, turn on the noties, and hit that like button, because all of this is for you guys, my Official Society. I appreciate you guys for riding with me. We had 3,000 subscribers. Thank you, every one of you guys, for hitting the subscribe button. And if you want more deep dives like this, just hit the internet news playlist on my channel. And until next time, my people, holla at your boy.
Official Society.